Wow, they are feisty tonight, huh?
Yeah. It's
Good
a good
lord.
thing I decided to go live on this account last week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now you're just waiting for that other one to come back?
Yeah, should take a few minutes.
Didn't even say nothing. What the hell?
I know.
It's crazy.
Yet they say that we have a victim mentality, yet they're the ones reporting.
Yep. Yeah, I don't get that. Sense. And the one guy's like, oh, I still, this is an original topic. Like, dude. And here you are crying once again, probably. So, whatever. Oh, I don't know. It's a little warm here. I'm starting to get a little cold because my air conditioning's been on. Oh, I'm in the bedroom doing stuff in here, and I'm waiting for shit. I'm waiting for the sun to go down and get a little cooler out, so then I could go out there and do some stuff out there, out in the living room and everything. Let's see. I dropped it, didn't I? Of course I did.
Oh, while I've got you here, I wanted to show you something.
Okay. That's great. I love that. I want them to debate so bad.
Me too.
She's gonna wax that dude. He does not have a chance. God, that's an old Jesus, that's even AAVE. Good lord. Where did that come from?
Eh?
What the hell? That's funny. I like the smile on her face. Like,
Right.
here I come. My wife is excited. Oh, yes, a woman and a black woman. I'm like, yeah. Already sent me a shirt she wants me to. Well, I think she's hinting at it. She didn't say it, but she's like, I would wear that shirt. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I think tomorrow. Well, I misplaced my credit card somewhere in the bedroom. If I find it tonight, I think I'm gonna order it for her. Something about voting for Kamala. So, kid's toy, kid's toy. She's got this shit everywhere. Oh, how did she do that? She has a friend who does. She makes her own like lotions and stuff, and she's got some stuff that is. She's now I can't even remember. Like coconut oil and this whole thing, and man, you put it on and it really good stuff. We've been using. She got little cans of it all over the place. I just found one on my dresser. She's got two in the bathroom. I think I got one or two in my dress or my desk. We got them all over. Good shit. What is that? So yeah. And say she's like, don't go live, clean up that bedroom. I said, yeah, I will. But still, I'm getting shit done, but I'm still. That picture's great. You gotta send that to me. I'm gonna send that to the wife. She might not even know what the whole black jobs thing is. I'll explain it to her. She'll like that. Where do you lock this thing up? I was disappointed at first. I really was, to tell you the truth. So melanated. I'm like, this is bullshit. He should have dropped out a year ago. He should have done this a year ago. Like, no offense, but like, you're having issues. You're calling, the vice president. He was calling her Putin or some shit, and it's crazy. Or he called her Trump and then called something with Putin. I don't know. And then I guess they say now he has COVID, and that's why, that's why he is dropping out. I still think it should have been. That guy was not going to last 4 years. There's no way.
Nuh-uh.
I'm not even talking about like being alive, but just being aware and being there. That's almost gone.
Right.
No way. Now you got 6 months, until the new, until she gets in office, and then you'd have another 4.5 years. There's no way that dude is, Did you see now that conservatives, Republicans are saying it's a coup by Joe Biden? Fucking idiots.
They would just come out with anything.
Yeah. It's a coup. Wait a minute. You've been complaining about how old he is. He can't walk up the stairs. Ha ha ha. He can't ride a bike. Ha ha ha. So he drops out, and now you're saying it's a coup, and the Dems are in trouble. No, you're in trouble. Because now you have that 78-year-old man who eats McDonald's every day. Guess what? He's coming up against someone who's going to... I want to see that debate. He tries to pull that shit with Biden that he won't pull that. He tries to pull that with her. Good luck. Good luck. And these Democrats better be smart the next 6 months and handle this the right way.
Wait, what's today? The 22nd?
Yippers.
Yeah, I got bananaed for a week.
Shit. Wow. That's crazy. Did they? Oh, you didn't check it. You can't check it.
Check what?
If your appeal went through.
Yeah, they came back and said no.
That quick? For what?
Yeah,
You were on there 2 minutes.
I know.
Seriously, I think it's time to go to another app. I gotta try some other stuff. From what I understand from Marquet, I was talking to Marquet, and he was like, man, you could go on Bigo and say anything. But at night, I've walked into some shit on Bigo. So melanated. Oh my God.
But then you can have like a pro-white live and nothing happens.
Yeah. I mean, that's the bad shit you gotta see, but then we could do what we could do. Yeah, that is, yeah. You just go in and battle with them. Shit. I'm not running from any of them people.
Mm-mm.
but I just stepped out of a live. I was in the gayest problem.
Oh gosh.
Is she problematic?
Yes. You
I
don't know
didn't
who
know
she
that.
is?
No. Oh, she had another name. Oh no.
Well, what does she do?
No, like we were hosting. It wasn't her. It was the guest she had up, and she had a bunch of different topics. And a black man come up and was talking about black people are violent and this, that, and the other. I'm like, look, I gotta go. I'm not arguing with a black man. I gotta go. And who was up there? Honey Baby was up there. He kept over talking her. There's a white man up there kept over talking her. They both kept over talking the host. I'm like, you know what? I gotta
See,
go.
see, she just loves chaos with black people because it
Oh, I
wasn't,
didn't.
yeah. So I think it was like last week or something. She was
Mm-hmm.
basically trying to get black people to debate for her. And so they
Oh,
were basically like, why don't you do it yourself? Why are you tokenizing us?
and what'd she say?
And she said, oh, that she doesn't do debates anymore because she's in cognitive decline.
Then why are you on here? I mean, shit. I don't have the best memory either, and I'm having issues. But let's
But
go.
she always uses that as an excuse.
I didn't know.
Yeah. And then what she did last week when you were live, she came in. She and Freedom's ex came into the live
Mm-hmm.
and and she kept like announcing that his ex was in the live,
Uh huh.
like to annoy Freedom.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And then was
That's
like laughing as well.
oh no, she's got to be blocked.
Yeah, I blocked her.
Okay, good.
I blocked her on both accounts
Okay,
because she thought she was slick.
that's dirty.
Yeah.
That's us thinking that all that this is a joke.
She's the same one that that I ripped into before and that she basically said that it's okay to be racist to marginalized groups as long as they're not black.
What?
Yeah, she said that. And then there was a recording of her calling an indigenous person an indigenous bee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm sitting here going, well, then how was I just talking to her? But I was actually on my backup 7.0. So I'm going to have to go into 6.0 and 7.0 and block her on both.
Yeah, she's just
Were you there with what Street Kings did in my life?
no. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I don't even want to say it, but so we're talking about what I was talking about, and he puts in the comments. So how's things going for Breonna Taylor
Oh
nowadays?
yeah, I was there for that.
You pig. Ugh. If anytime I see him in another live, he's gonna get it. I'm gonna, I'm going up to call him out. How could you say that?
And then he'll say I'm not racist.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
always the I'm not racist crowd.
Yep. And they'll say it, and then they'll say some shit like that. Ugh. I don't know. Were you there for what's his face for Jason Electric?
I saw him and then I left because he gives me the ick. I
Mm-hmm.
can't stand. I even his voice irritates me.
Yeah, it's a
So
little
once he
creepy. I
starts
guess.
speaking, I'm just like, nah.
He tried to compare Donald Trump to George Floyd with being criminals, and problematic came up. Problematic was up there. He goes, "Wait a minute. George Floyd was unalived. So how you're comparing apples and oranges, big time? What are you talking about?" Like he hosted a whole live about that, and white people like that shit. That's why he gets 500-600 white people. He gets people in there that like that. Like just disgusting.
Right.
You're gonna compare, and then talking about people being, you know, the way he said something about the way Donald Trump was, harassed and prosecuted, and the way that they're vilifying him. Dude, he got 34 felonies. He broke the law. So much for all that law and order shit. But then you're going to compare him to a cop being judge, jury, and executioner with George Floyd.
Hey, Cabria. I finally
He
got bananaed.
finally got bananas.
Welcome to the ranks.
Right? Uh,
That one wasn't even fair, though. It was just a few seconds in. We didn't even get a chance to say anything.
yeah, he got you
Right.
quick.
That guy came in talking about he got beat up as a child
Oh, yeah.
for being white.
Oh, that's crazy.
Huh, victim mentality.
Yeah, and they're going to talk about a victim mentality. Crazy. I would say, and in live with the gays problem, there was a white guy up there talking about, just desperately trying to prove that specifically black men were violent. And then I forget we were talking, and they always try that per capita shit, and then we're talking about white people like he had excuses. And he was trying to say something. I know that wasn't, he was all incorrect, but he was trying to say that black men were the biggest demographic who do mass pew pewings. Like, there's no way. That is white men by far.
Gosh.
What has she done? She's the vice president of the United States.
Like
What are
what?
you talking about? For 4 years, she handled herself with dignity and grace, and she did the job. What are you talking about? What has she done? And then now, I know what things she's going to do. She's going to beat Trump in November, and that's going to be fun. Because
She wasn't found liable for SA. So, there's that.
right? Or defrauding a child's charity. I never thought we would get to this point in this country. You would have never saw this, 20 years ago and before, where a president, I mean, right off the bat, a presidential candidate mocking a disabled man. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that would have been done. He would have been over with. These people have no respect. And they're just, again, they're, they're they get, in the heart, their warmth from that white supremacy. Just, they can't help but want to love this guy. And it is like worship, because I always see like his head on top of like Superman and Rocky and Rambo. Like he's a 78-year-old fat guy who eats McDonald's every day. Stop. And then they like thin out his face, and you can see like the veins and shit coming from it, like he's some, like he works out. And stop. And his hair is full. It doesn't look like a raccoon on his head. And just, man, it's crazy what they do.
Dang. John's getting comments filtered to protect the community's experience.
Uh-oh. Grandpa Trump. Yep.
Yeah, she's not a senile white man.
I don't know. I guess I'm ready to battle, but no. I love that. That look on her face. And I started laughing. Like, guess who?
I love it.
Yeah, me
I'm so
too.
excited for this, honestly.
My initial reaction, I was pretty pissed off. I was upset. Just like they should have done this a year ago. You knew this guy wasn't going to make it through 4.5 years. But hopefully, the the Democrats get their shit together and do this the right way so that she wins.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get out and vote. And then like the younger people not being interested, hopefully, like having a younger black woman to vote for will, and you always have white people saying, well, look, there's no racism. Look at Barack Obama came in. Barack Obama got into office mostly for one reason. We had an old white, what the hell was I calling him? Oh, warmongering. We had a old warmongering white man in George W. Bush in office for 8 years. And then they wanted another old, warmongering white man with John McCain to get in office again. Like we had 8 years of that. You had Obama come out, young guy, family, young kids, adorable little kids, and it was just, it was refreshing. You want, and then like, the Trumpers talk about, he has no experience. He was new, and so was Barack Obama. He didn't have much experience in Congress. It's not like he was in there 30 years. He wasn't in there as long as McCain was. That's for sure. And that's what there was a bunch, little things like that is why Barack Obama got elected. That does not mean racism ended. We are not a post-racial society by any means. We are not. Well, I mean, look, Jody, look what they did to Obama. You had the turtle, Mitch McConnell, come out, when he got into office, and he said, our number one priority is to make Barack Obama a one-term president. Now, he should be saying, our number one priority is to work with the president so we can make this country the best it could be. But he didn't. And then, okay, so when Obama came in, there was all the economy was in shambles. He gets in, he fixes it. He's trying to fix it. And what did they do? They pulled that racist trope. You can't give a black man money. He'll ruin it. He'll fuck it up, blah, 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 blah. And they wouldn't pass the debt ceiling under Barack Obama. The Republicans passed that 8 times with no problem under George W. Bush, under Jr. But when he got in office, they played that so much, they shut down this government for the first time in history because of them refusing to, to pass the debt ceiling, and them putting out that racist trope that he was going to spend it and blow it and all that shit. And I remember particularly like white business owners going, you know what? I'm not putting nothing into this economy. I'm not hiring no new people. I'm not doing nothing. And that was also part of Rush Limbaugh coming out and saying, that he was hoping that that Obama failed. So he wanted this country to fail because it was a black man in office. That's how far conservatives will go. So I don't know. I'm done. We have a new guest.
Right. Yeah, John, this is my panel, not yours.
I know. Sorry.
All right, XM, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I go by X. I'm in my 40s. And I stopped because of the meme. And then I stopped because I was listening to John. But at first I thought this was I didn't see the screen name. I'm sorry, Pizza Eater. Your screen name was the last thing I saw. And I thought this was a Trumper live. I wanted the smoke.
I went and saw the video or the little the TikTok you have posted, and I was so excited for you to talk.
Okay,
'Cause
so
that's
I
a
just
good
want
one.
to pile on to everything John's saying about how this is all really just goes back to Barack Obama. And Barack Obama made 2 crucial mistakes that the Democratic Party, and I think any leader of color, is going to pay for the next 20 years. The first one was being black. I don't know how much we can blame him for that. And I don't know how black we consider him to be. I've heard black people tell me that he wasn't black enough. But anyway, his first mistake was being black. His second mistake was siding with the LGBTQIA. He put the colors up on the White House. That was the last straw. The loudest voice, the most racist voice against him, even at that time, was Donald Trump. So it only makes sense that they would anoint him as their leader and all rally behind him and continue to do so. And the Democratic strategy has always been to lose. That's the only way they get votes, is they lose, they mess things up, they squander opportunities, and then we give them more votes. Obama went into office with Congress. He had both chambers, and there was no one on the court that would have stopped him. He could have railroaded with single-payer health care. He could have just run Hillary Care. He could have done any number of things instead of insisting that the Republicans be allowed to meddle with the Affordable Care Act and then still pass it with no Republican votes, so that even to this day, Republicans still shit on Affordable Care Act, Barack Obama, and the Democratic Party over it. Is half the stuff they say absolute lies? You bet. But they still have that as a bludgeon, and they use it every chance they get. And then their big slogan was, Donald Trump, the 45, because the 44 didn't work. Always going with the trope of, Barack Obama was a lazy black man. And I remember the effigies when the Tea Party first started, of the effigies they were burning of Barack Obama and even some of Hillary, which she didn't even win the election. I don't know why. But that was the Tea Party's staple, and so it only made sense that they would swing radical right to Donald Trump, as they've always historically done after a nice 8-year, 2-term Democratic president. They love to turn a hard right. And so it only makes sense that when Biden was elected, that Trump would just be on the sidelines, raising hell from the sidelines. I mean, he's done almost as much damage as a post-president as he's done as a president. He was supposed to go away into ubiquity. And even if he loses, I guarantee you he'll still be on the sidelines, threatening a run in 28 and raising hell. And still a kingmaker. He still decides Republican elections. So, yes, I support Kamala on the ticket. And yes, I will vote blue. I just don't think it's going to make a shit of difference.
You don't think she's gonna win?
I think even with her in the White House, it's going to be another terrible 4 years.
But not as bad as it would be if Trump was there.
That has to stop being the standard, because honestly, if I'm not in the mood for shit, I also don't want fine manure.
I'll take fine manure over Trump any day, but that's just me.
So what I'm hearing is that regardless of who's in office, Trump's going to be an asshole, and that's why the next 4 years are going to be problematic for the United States. So Trump is going to be the problem, regardless of if he's in office or not.
Absolutely, just as he has been the last 4 years.
Okay, I agree with that. I think no matter, even, I think that when Kamala wins, that, like you said, Trump's not going to go away. Trump likes being the figurehead, and he likes being the one to say, this person's going to win, I endorse this person. He gets a thrill out of that. He likes being the spokesperson for the white supremacists. He loves how heavy they're rallying to him. And I would say that, when Kamala wins, that he's still going to be problematic for the United States in saying, don't vote for this bill, don't vote for this bill, because I'm going to run again in 2028. And we need to fix the
Or
problem.
he'll anoint his successor. And he'll just parade that guy around for 2 years, right? After the next midterms. He can literally do whatever he wants. Everyone loves the history lesson of on the right? You go into a right live and you can literally count down how long it takes for them. Anytime anyone brings up racism in the Republican Party, that the Democrats were the Confederacy, and that the Democrats started the KKK, and they love to
Say
beat
that.
on
We can't say that.
And
Actually, we
then-
can't say that. We have
Oh.
to say triple K or
Yeah.
K to the third, or somebody
Yeah.
called it Circle K the other day, which I thought was very creative.
Sorry about that. I get carried away and I forget that I'm talking on TikTok. But yeah, they do that, and then it doesn't take long for anyone to bring up the party switch. But have you ever actually read about the party switch? Who were the candidates involved? How did the parties switch? And it was basically this offshoot third party, Circle K guy, and a bunch of Dixiecrats went with him to this new Republican Party. And that's the Republican Party of today. And Donald Trump has now installed his own leadership in the National Convention, and he owns the Republican Party. And even if he loses in November, which I dearly hope he does, he will still be running that party for who knows how long.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know. John and I were talking earlier, and maybe I shouldn't, right? But I'm banking on the fact that everybody that came out and voted for Obama will vote. That all of these young people that are not currently registered to vote will get registered and vote. And I think part of that comes from us going out to places like community colleges and registering young people and saying, hey, have you thought about who you're going to vote for? Hey, voting is important. Hey, let's get you registered. People came out in droves for Obama, and I'm hoping the same will happen here.
And I'm gonna
anybody
plug
but Trump.
Turbo Vote right now. Turbo Vote makes it really easy to get registered to vote, regardless of whether or not you have updated your address with whoever. So you should absolutely use it if you're not registered, or you should just share the link with your friends on social media so that they can all get registered. But we need to get rid of these barriers to registering to vote, because that's really the secret Jim Crow laws, is the barriers they put to registering to vote.
Did you say Turbo Vote?
Turbo Vote.
TurboVote.com?
TurboVote.com.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Oh my God. It looks like we've had a prison number fall off of their bike and bump their head because they literally just typed in this chat that Trump is the best choice for president, period. Oh my God. Somebody get them some gauze. They must be bleeding out. Do you need a tampon? We have some that are poisonous we can provide you with.
Oh no.
I mean, Trump is in cognitive decline. We have to realize that. We have to realize that voting for a man that is 77 years old and absolutely in cognitive decline is not in the best interest of the United States.
Any thoughts, host?
Oh gosh, I just had like a brain freeze. No, I agree with what's being said. I was just reading some of these comments.
I thought you were eating ice cream, like a literal brain freeze.
No, no, it's just Trumpers are scared, because they kept saying, oh, Biden's too old, right? Even though Trump is only a few years younger. And they can't say that anymore.
Nope. Now he's the old guy.
They're going to make every excuse as to why he's not too old. Now they're going to come up with all these reasons.
They're going to pivot, and I've seen it in the lives. So I went from getting kicked out of Blue Lives for the last 2 weeks for even suggesting that this was a possibility. Even Saturday night, I was invited up to a live, and I introduced myself. They said, who are you voting for? And I said, whoever the candidate is on Monday, and boop, I was kicked. So nobody wanted to have that conversation that we're now having. It's not Kamala presumptively still. It's an open convention, like I said it would be. And is the party going to do the right thing for the people, which is obviously Kamala Harris is the most qualified Democrat today.
Right. And when we look at us being willing, for those that are willing to vote for Biden being an ancient old man, we understand that he's backed by Kamala Harris. And so that's an easy choice to make because she stands out. And she is going to be who America needs to move forward against what the Republican Party is trying to bring. And so absolutely, but now that Biden has stepped down, we know that we have the person that the United States needs.
Yep.
Right. DJ, since you can't stay muted, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to unmute. Yeah, I totally agree, though. I hit the mute button. I was just walking the dog. The Trump people hate the fact that you bring up age now, and they used to bring it up all the time. All the time.
I was just thinking, it just popped in my head. We need to find as many clips of them talking about how Biden is too old as we can before they remove them all.
Yeah, we should. We should save them and repost all those videos. Because I was gonna vote for Biden, but now I can't. But I'll vote for Mrs. Harris for sure, or whoever. If it's not Harris, I'll vote for someone else.
Right. Okay. Dominic.
They muted themselves, so they shouldn't need an invite. Or at least I didn't mute them. I don't know if somebody else did.
I'm muted. Dominic, you there?
Hello?
Yeah, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dominic. Nice to meet you guys. How you guys doing?
We're good. How old are you?
20, just turned 28.
Okay. And what are your thoughts?
I just got in here, so I have no idea what you guys have been talking about or
What?
what has been said. Sorry about that.
You requested.
I know. I haven't been listening to you guys.
So you came up in the box and requested and did not know what the conversation even. What if we were talking about the lead in our tampons?
I know you guys are. I know you guys are talking
Okay,
politics with Kamala, right?
right.
So,
So you were listening then. Caught ya.
okay.
Kamala.
Do you have any questions for me?
So, well, yeah, like I asked, what are your thoughts?
Thoughts on what?
Why you requested?
Why are you so like, okay.
What do you think about Kamala Harris?
What do I think about her? I don't think she's done much, but that doesn't mean she can be a good candidate because, I mean, she's been, no one, when you're vice president, no one really knows what you're doing behind closed doors. I don't agree with what she did with the border. She could have done a little more regarding that factor. But everything else, you know, we don't know how she can be as a president, what she's going to do. I know she'll probably have the same policies as Biden. But yeah.
I think she'll do things differently. She'll do it her own way. I don't see why she would do it his way.
I agree. I agree. I don't think she's going to do what Biden was doing, but she'll do it her own way, the way she wants to do it. No one's going to be really telling her what way to do it.
And I think one thing is, as far as, you know, she hasn't done much. Well, you know, when Trump first started running for office, the whole thing was he's not a career politician. We need someone fresh, new, doesn't have experience, who hasn't been in there. Well, here you go. And she's what, 30 years younger? I have no problem with her. And she has she's been around the president for 4 years. I think, you know, I don't think nobody has experience being a president. You know, coming in, nobody does. But to be a vice president and see how it works, I think it's very good. I think she has insight most, you know, most people don't have.
I would add to that because we've seen that before with Biden. Biden was the vice president under Obama, and then when he became president, even though there was not a peaceful transition of power, even though Trump failed on that part to do that, Biden was still able to hit the ground running and has been able to pass so much bipartisan legislation that has been for the benefit of the average American. And so listening to Kamala Harris and how she speaks on things like the PACT Act for veterans and for all of the things that she's spoken on in support of, and the verbiage that she's used to support these things, I think we can already see who she is and how she's going to step into Biden's boots with that knowledge, having sat there for 4 years already.
And nothing.
Dominic?
Oh, of course he dropped.
Geez, Silver.
What is with all? I just can't.
Wait, hang on a second. So, she put away. How was her putting away so many POCs a problem? Like, is it just me that eye rolls at that?
No,
So we know that any legislation passed in the United States is not within itself going to be racist right out, which is why you hear the conservatives and the white supremacists always ask you where's the bill, where's the law that is used that disparages. And we know that there's nothing within the bills currently. And so we know that Kamala did not write any legislation purposefully targeting any specific demographic. But unfortunately, we understand that within the foundation of the system that has been built on white supremacist ideology, any legislation passed is going to subsequently be utilized or tried to find the loopholes in order to continue to oppress and marginalize the Black community.
oh, that's pretty funny. Haunted says, and I don't believe in second chances. This is the second time Trump wants to be president, genius. What are you talking about?
Right? Biden already came in and took the job from him.
I just want to point out my fat fingers are being very problematic at the moment.
We love you, Gravy.
Try that racist crap too. She's incompetent. How? She's gonna wipe the floor with Trump in a debate. It's gonna be hilarious. Project 2025. Yeah, that's the Heritage Foundation and people that were in Trump's administration the first time. That's where that's coming from.
Okay, there we go. That's correct. That's what I was trying to get pasted in there all that time. Dear white people, all white people are racist and Black people cannot be racist. So to the a-hole in the comments that tried to say that Kamala is racist, you're wrong, and I suggest that you go educate yourself. And I also need to put my fingers on a diet.
Listen, you guys, Mr. Trump, he dodged the freaking bullet. You understand that? He dodged the bullet. He's going to wipe his behind with camel toe, Harris.
No, he's
You
not.
understand that? Yes, yes, he
He's not
is.
going to be
That's
able
what
to
he's going to
debate
do.
her.
He dodged the bullet. He can dodge anything.
He
Okay.
didn't
And
dodge
what
the
happened?
bullet.
What
He
happened
missed
to you
him.
guys?
He
Just
didn't miss
freaking a
him. He
week
didn't
ago,
dodge it.
you were on your knees praising Mr. Biden. He's the
You guys,
greatest of
can I
the
ask
great.
you a
No.
question, Bro Shako?
What
Bro
happened?
Chico, Bro Chaco, whatever the hell your
Rachacha,
name is.
Rachacha, that's my name.
I'm just gonna call you little
Yeah.
guy is what I'm gonna call you. Little guy is what I'm gonna
That's
call
not
you.
what your mom said.
So if it's okay, well, that's not what your mom told us about you either, but we don't believe your mom because she's as big as a
pretty
fucking
big,
liar as you
yes.
are. But to be quite honest, how is it
Oh,
okay
okay,
for
be quiet,
you
woman.
to,
Okay,
how
be
is it
quiet.
No,
okay
you're not
for
gonna
you
tell
to
her to be
say
quiet. You're
nasty
gonna let her
things?
finish her thought.
How is it okay for you to say nasty things like you just said about Kamala when you came up here, yet you can't, guys like you can't even handle being told about yourselves? You have to come up here and you have to say nasty little things. But yet when I said something about your mom, you got upset, right?
No,
You
I
get
was
to
talking
be
about your
nasty,
mom.
but
You weren't talking
nobody
about my
else
mom.
gets
You
to
were
be
talking about your
nasty.
mom.
Nobody, and I said something about your mom, didn't I?
You
Your
were
mom's the
trying
one
to
sucking
insult
on
my
your pee-pee,
manhood,
not my
okay?
mom. My
My
mom ain't doing
manhood,
that for you. That's your mama doing that.
I
That's
can
your
sweep the
mama
floors
doing
with
that,
my
bro.
manhood. You understand that?
That's your mama, not my mama. That's your mama doing that. Your mama's the one with your dick in your mouth, in
You
her mouth,
mad, bro?
not
You
my
mad,
mama.
sister? You mad?
I would suggest that you stop coming up on panels and trying to agitate people, because what's really happening is your true self is showing, bro. You hopped up here. You did not engage in any kind of genuine conversation. You hopped up here and you started calling our vice president names. But
What name? What are you
meanwhile, if we
talking
were to
about?
say that about poor little Trumpy Tutu, you guys would have a freaking meltdown.
What are you talking about? Camel toe Harris. That's right.
That
No?
right there, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Disgusting.
Because
it's my accent.
you
Are you
want to
kidding
try
me?
to
It's my
be
accent.
offensive.
Pardon
Stop trying to
And
be
that's
my
offensive.
okay.
French accent. You're confusing my
I'm
French
getting your
accent. Okay.
pictures off of your page, all of match it to a voice. It won't be hard. It won't be hard.
That's a really
It
cool
really
story.
won't be hard.
Yeah,
There
that's
are
a really
plenty
cool
of people
story.
out there who could easily find you with just your voice. So we'll send it to them. We'll send it to my buddies and we'll let them find you and then we'll let them paste this
Well, listen,
all
just
over
send
the
my voice
internet
to your
for
mom.
everybody
She'll
to
recognize it
see
right away.
and to
It's
compare
awesome.
your
This
voice
is
with
her mom.
She knows who I am. Yeah, you don't have to waste time on that.
Okay.
Just send my voice to your mom.
your mom. Your mom, you mean? You mean your mom? Because your mom's the one
Listen,
doing sexual favors for you, not my mom.
why are you so mad? You should be happy that the old
Bro, I'm not
Joe
even
actually
close to mad. I'm
stopped
literally
trying to be a
enjoying this
president.
and recording you.
He's
I'm not even
emotional.
mad at all. I'm recording this entire interaction. I'm loving it for you. I'm
You
Don't
want
you
to
loving
have
it.
a
get
life?
past the
Don't you
I
have
entitled
can't
anything better
wait
to
to
do in
show it
life?
to
talk?
everybody.
Don't you have anything better
You're up
to do in
here.
your
What are you
life
doing
except
with your
for
life?
recording random
You're up
people?
here.
Like, get a life, sister.
So, did you not know that all of these lives are recorded by TikTok?
Oh,
Every
oh my
single
God!
one?
Oh my
You
God!
didn't know
I'm
that?
just I'm gonna go jump off of a bridge because I'm being recorded.
Oh, but what are you so worried about being
Ah,
recorded?
bad.
You can't even speak right, bro.
Listen, okay. All jokes aside, let's have a serious
Well,
conversation,
His
just
okay?
like
mom,
that, you can suck my ass. How's that?
What the fuck?
Very animated. That
That's
was
funny.
simply for educational purposes.
That's really funny.
Only
After I saw the brown spots on your
TikTok, you can
underwear.
ding me for it, or you can ding him. But TikTok, we know you're not going to do that. So you keep showing your ass to
Do
TikTok.
me for what? I didn't say anything bad.
Who's going to
Eh,
do you, bro? You don't got to worry about that. No one here,
well,
nobody
I
but
know
your
at least
mom.
one person
Nobody
that
but
does
your
me all
mom
the
wants to
time.
do ya. I said
You
ding
see,
ya, not
everybody already
do
knows
ya.
who.
Nobody wants to do you but your mommy.
Listen, listen. Let me ask you something. Are you interested in a, civilized conversation, intelligent conversation?
no.
Dude, you came in with
That
saying
would require you to
Komodo.
be civilized. Sorry,
Get
John.
out of here.
Hey, she's got too many brown stays in her underwear.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I
classy.
said. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about having a civilized conversation?
Yes.
Come on. No, you're not. You came in saying
Listen,
Camel
Mr.
Toe
Trump, he
Harris.
dodged the bullet. He
You
dodged the bullet.
came in
Listen,
saying he
how
didn't
can
dodge a
anyone
bullet.
not vote for Mr.
What are
Trump?
you talking
Come
about?
on.
He dodged a bullet.
She
You
dodged the
think he
bullet.
saw?
Yeah,
You
that's
think
how
he
great
saw
he is.
that bullet and
Unalived
dodged?
a
She has a
firefighter, a
she has
first
a
responder, and a
special he
true
has a special
hero in
aura, okay?
America. Trump should have held up his hand and stopped that bullet because the firefighter died instead of him.
Trump should have put up his hand and stopped the bullet. What?
Listen, he has a special aura that
According to
deflects
you
bullets,
guys, he's
okay?
some sort of superhuman god, so why couldn't he do that and save that firefighter's life? Huh?
There you go. There's those threats again. Civility is over when dealing with liberals now. That's the same thing the Heritage Foundation said. We're in the middle of a second
Yeah.
revolutionary conflict, and we're gonna go through with this and da 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 da.
I don't think they're prepared for what the other side will actually bring to them. Because there's way more not
What are you
conservative
gonna bring?
people
A
than
bunch
there
of
are
rainbow flags? Is
conservative
that what you're gonna
people.
bring to the
I think you'll be very surprised at what you will all find, sir. I really do think you'll be very, very, very surprised
Yeah, what are you gonna
at
have?
just how
Battalion of the
willing
rainbow
everyone
flags? Yeah.
is to gather around each other and keep each other safe. That is everyone except for you conservatives. And we're just going to laugh as you all just fall
You're
by
gonna
the
bring a lot more
wayside.
Grammy,
rainbow
I would
Every
flags,
like
a lot
single
more
one of
cannons.
us.
I'd like to speak about this next if I can, because when we look at one of the biggest misunderstandings of the right, and when I say right, I mean MAGA and the white Christian nationalist movement, because as a Republican, I definitely don't claim those bitches. But when we look at the misunderstanding of what they believe is going to happen when this civil war pops off. Because as everybody has heard, the Heritage Foundation president said it can be bloodless if the left allows it. They really do assume that they are going to be fighting against their fellow Americans, not understanding that military took oaths to stand against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And when we look at who the domestic T groups are currently within the borders of the United States, they're the white Christian nationalist groups, and that's who we stand against. We already see movements against them within the government. We see movements against them within the veteran communities as well. And they believe they're going to be fighting, they call it the RAHOWA, their racial holy war that they believe is coming. You can look at, in my link tree, there are sources for all of this under hate crimes, and you can kind of see what they believe is happening. And just as this man said, he thinks it's going to be us with our rainbow flags and nonsense like that, not understanding that it's the military that's preparing for that.
Okay, why is it just white Christians?
Hang on a second. You haven't even been addressed yet. So, I just realized that I don't have any moderators on this account.
Make me moderator, okay? I
Oh, no.
I set everybody straight, okay?
No, you can
I
fuck
make it
off.
I make it good for everybody. I'll make the channel
No.
I thought I
I'll
did
make the channel great
I
again.
can
Yes.
second that. I can second that.
Oh, so much for freedom of speech, huh?
I second
It
Bro
only
Chacho.
applies on your
I
own
second Bro
channel.
Chacho.
You do not get freedom to speak on other people's panels.
Listen,
That's where you
when I
go
hear
start
women
your
talk,
own
I
live.
can't hear anything
Every
except for
host has the right
some
to
noise.
run
I
their
love this
live
dude. I love this
how
dude.
they choose and to allow whoever they want to speak and to not allow whoever they don't want to
You're
speak.
just yapping.
Period. I would even
Yeah.
come and fight, and you can ask everybody here. I would even come stand in your live and fight for you to have the right to run your live however you want, because I
That's
believe that strongly in it. Every creator has that right. Your freedom
that's a
of
really cool
speech
story,
lies
okay?
on
But
You're
your
that's
just
too long.
panel,
yapping. You're
on
just
Just
your
go wash the
panel,
dishes.
not
Just go wash
anybody
the
else's,
dishes,
bro.
okay? Yes.
Did you tell her to go
Your
wash
panel.
the dishes?
He can tell me
You
whatever
sure
he
did.
wants. He ain't
mop
man
the
enough
floor.
to make me, that's for sure. He
To
probably
what?
ain't even got a woman to do his dishes.
Listen, if I'm doing you mom, shouldn't you be calling me
Listen, right
daddy?
there tells me everything I
Okay?
need to know.
You should be calling
Listen,
me
right
daddy.
there tells me everything I need to know. Otherwise, you'd have been like, yes, I do. She's washing them right now. Guess who does my dishes? My husband, not me.
You got a bitch husband.
No, I got a good husband who knows that I have a bad back and I'm not standing over
You
that
know
shit.
what we call those
I
kind of
haven't
men?
done dishes
Doing
in 10
dishes
years or
makes you a
more.
bitch?
I
Pussies.
spent 20 years doing dishes.
Wow.
I don't do dishes
Well, these
now.
are the real manly men.
Listen, how big is your husband's vagina? Let me ask you.
His dick's pretty
Because he
big.
Bro, I
does
love this
dishes?
dude, bro.
You don't do dishes, tough guy.
Oh, dear.
I
I
got a
only do her
dishwasher. I
mom,
don't know
okay?
about
You
you.
conservatives
She
are
keeps
disgusting,
me
man.
busy enough.
Unbelievable.
I got a dishwasher.
Alpha men do dishes. You can ask Alpha, and Jackrabbit. I'm pretty sure they'll agree.
I don't think anyone's alpha if their name's Alpha.
We know someone named Alpha, and
I don't think
Jackrabbit.
he's very alpha.
There are new friends, and you don't get to talk crap about them. Only we do.
So
You're
do
so
you guys
funny.
remember after January 6th when the reserve unit was called in and there was like a big commotion about them guarding when they finally were able to do the certification for the election and all of that? Do you guys remember that?
No, we only remember the greatness of Mr. Trump
So
dodging the
anyway,
bullet. That's what we
but you
remember,
guys
okay?
remember
He can
that.
dodge
So
the
I
bullet.
remember the reservists
Shut
being
up.
called up to stand against American citizens. So for the ding dong in the comments who thinks that our military can't stand against its own citizens, you're fucking stupid.
Right, hang on a second. So, I want to hear from Diego.
Can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is
Diego
the first
Maradona
time
is dead, okay? He can't talk anymore.
Please do not speak over each other. It will get the live taken down. Mute until
And
it is your
certainly
turn
do
to
not
speak.
speak over me.
I apologize. Unalive. He's unalive. Diego Maradona is unalive.
I will drop your ass so fast. Go ahead, Diego.
Okay, I understand this is like a Harris page. I'm totally for Harris. I'm voting for her regardless of what happens. But I've been hearing stuff on TikTok and I wanted your opinion. This is concerning Trump and his vice president. And they're saying that what they're planning on doing is getting Trump nominated in the White House. And then the vice president is going to go and say he's mentally incompetent to run the country because he wants the presidency chair. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea.
Diego, what I think is you should also go wash the dishes with that friend of yours over there.
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
You are. I muted you.
No, you didn't.
All I'm saying, everybody in this live, go follow Bro Chacho.
Yes.
Yeah, no thanks.
Follow me and
This
follow
guy,
Mr.
He's
Trump.
the
you mean
man.
little guy? Because
He's a man. Yeah, okay.
his
He's gonna be,
LDE is apparent for everyone
Bro
to
Chacho,
see.
me and you would
Like
get
the
along so well.
LDE is
Oh,
wild.
so now it all makes sense.
his greatness, the bullet
No,
dodging
Does all
Mr.
make
Trump.
sense?
You know
I
what
don't know
he's
why
gonna
you're
do with the
talking over me.
you know what he's gonna do with camel toe?
Do it one more time and you get dropped to the
Cream pie
comments.
it. He's gonna cream pie the camel toe.
Right, so Sethi came up here to make a love connection.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Because you have not said a single thing since
I've
you've been
never
up here.
seen
No one's asked me anything.
I've never seen a grown man simp so hard for another man. Ooh, follow him. Ooh, follow him, chat. Yeah,
Because
that's wild.
that's the funniest motherfucker I've ever heard on this app.
Seth, are you the one who's been sucking his D?
Yep.
I
Come up
would
from
say
out
that.
underneath his
That's one
desk.
of the funniest.
No wonder we can understand you because his is so small, right? That's why we can still hear you.
Damn, you got everybody laughing.
Dang.
You only knew how hard we really
You
were
thought she
laughing.
did something with that one, huh?
Yeah, I did. You just don't know about it.
Okay, well, since nobody else wants to talk, do you all think Kamala's got a real chance to win?
Absolutely. Why
Yes.
wouldn't she? She's gonna destroy him in a debate.
You think she's gonna destroy him in a debate?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
30 years younger. Absolutely.
That doesn't matter.
She mopped the floor with
How it
pins.
doesn't
Is she going to do it by talking about the time of passage and the passage of time? She can't publicly speak either.
That's garbage. Yeah, okay. Sure she can.
If you think Kamala's got a better chance of beating Trump in a debate, that's just obnoxious.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You'll see it.
Yep, she really did. She mopped the floor with Flyboy pants.
Yeah,
Has she been the last 3 years? Tucked away in a
she's gonna make
closet.
him look.
She's
as
been
old
the
as
vice
Biden.
president of the United States
And
for the
she's
past 3
And
years.
what has she accomplished
So
in the
just
last
as
3
I
years?
said earlier, when we look at, the idea of what's the benefit of having a vice president that steps up into the president's role, and we can see that, and we can see the success of that in Biden's presidency, because Biden spent 8 years as vice president before he stepped into the role of presidency. And so we were able to see that even without that peaceful transition of power, that Biden was able to step in and do some amazing things for the United States, especially when it comes to the veterans community. We've had 1 million claims approved through the PACT Act now, and benefits given to our veterans. And so we can see what that looks like and how well Biden did in doing that. And we can see through all of the speeches that Kamala Harris has given in backing a lot of the things that Trump has done. And especially she speaks very heavily into the veteran community. I'm very thankful for the things that she says. And when we look at that, you know, with that support of the Biden administration behind her, I think there's a huge benefit in her having spent the 4 years as vice president to step into that presidency.
And done what?
What has she done?
Name one thing she has accomplished. She couldn't even visit the border. That was her whole goal, was to take care of the border crisis, and she never went to the border.
Crisis and then never showed up.
Never went. No rebuttal?
There's no answer to that?
What did you say?
She was tasked with going to the border, and she never even showed up.
One of the greatest accomplishments that we've looked at when we look at what's happening at the border, because we know that Trump tried to use funding that was earmarked to repair military housing, base housing, because of issues with black mold. He tried to take that money to build his wall. He failed in doing that, was sued, lost on appeal as well. And so we see the damage he did in trying to build that wall. When Biden and Harris stepped into office, the things that they've done for the border, and still having the pushback from the Republican Party refusing to sign bills, still we see that Mexico has agreed to put in a very large amount for the border under the Biden-Harris administration. We also know that they've been working hard on something called Repatriate the Patriots Act, which is for our combat veterans that have been deported across the wall. We see that Mexico caught, and we were able to secure and extradite a known leader of a cartel group here to stand trial for their crimes against American citizens. So we see these things that they've done under that administration, and those benefits, those things are what Kamala Harris is going to step into the next 4 years with.
So thanks for not answering the question.
I just told you what was accomplished under their administration.
Well,
yeah, nothing. You just talked about a whole lot of nothing.
She is a part of.
Harris was responsible for fixing the border. She never visited the border once. She didn't do anything for the border.
Not one president before her has fixed the border. There is no
Really? Trump didn't have 2 million migrants coming into the United States.
Done anything. But what I will tell you is what the Biden-Harris administration accomplished in their 4 years at the border. Because I, for one, am very happy to see
accomplished a record number of crossings.
Being able to come back to America to utilize their VA benefits. I am very thankful.
Are you a politician? Because you talk just like a politician. You don't answer any questions, and you just
Thank you.
circumvent
I appreciate
everything.
that, you guys. Does it make you uncomfortable? Are you guys getting mad? So I gave you the accomplishments, and you didn't like it. You're mad. Aw.
Wait, I have a question. What words can you not say on a live?
Aw. You can say whatever you want, sugar.
No. Like not at you, but like, what words can I not say? Like, can I say a drug name or no?
Oh, no. So we say rugs and not D. And really quickly, for the comments, I'm not a liberal, I'm a Republican. But thanks for trying.
So what would I say?
Switch parties.
What would I say instead of WEED?
I don't even know.
Endgame.
So if we're looking at, maybe let me help you this way. If we're looking at legislation that's passed, when we look at what's been done previously, we know that none of our bills that go up for signature are meant to be used are meant or written in a way that is meant to uphold racism within themselves. They're very heavily not worded that way to be all inclusive across the board when applied. But we know that within the United States, within the white supremacist system that we all currently reside in, the utilization of any bill passed is going to be loopholed and utilized to oppress the marginalized communities.
Do you
So
believe?
anytime we look at the output of what these bills are, we have to understand that, because when we look at any of the crime bills, any of the rug bills, any of those things, it's in utilization within the white supremacist system that we see the problem.
Well, which is weird because Biden brought the crime bill to life.
I know, and that's exactly, and there was nothing in there that said that it was meant to be harmful to the black community. But when it trickles down into that
one thing
white
that Trump said that was
supremacist
racist?
system, when it trickles down into that white supremacist system, it's utilized that way.
But what's one thing Trump has said that's been racist?
I'm sorry, we're switching back to Trump now? I thought we were
You brought
talking
up
about
racism.
Kamala.
You brought up racism.
So I didn't say anything in regards to Trump and racism. So when I look at what a racist is Trump a racist? Yes. Why is Trump a racist? Because he upholds the white supremacist ideology. Would you like me to explain what that white supremacist ideology is that he upholds?
And
Why
Biden's
he's
not.
a racist? No, Biden is absolutely a racist. But the difference that we see in Biden is he is not purposefully trying to uplift that system and speak into its leadership. That when he does make a mistake like the crime bill, that he comes back and talks about that. So while Biden is absolutely fucking racist, at least the white supremacists aren't backing him.
I have a question. What is wrong with our border? Everyone says there's all these problems. It's the lowest it's been in who knows how long. What's the issue?
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what you just said.
Sorry, Diego, can you repeat what you just said? We didn't catch that.
I just want to know, you guys keep saying that there's all these problems at the border. The border has no issues. It's the lowest it's been in who knows how long. So I'm just want to know, what is it that you guys see is the problem with the border?
The border is not as low as it's ever been.
Yes, it is.
They have the highest amount of
They have
crossings
the highest
ever.
number. There you go.
It's actually
Yo,
down and they don't.
Silver
Exactly.
Saint.
Hey, what are we doing? I'm getting called out by name. What's happening?
Yo, Silver Saint. Are you really Republican?
Yep.
You could actually show me that you're registered to the Republican Party?
I'm not showing you my personal registration, but I will show
I'm
you
not
my
asking
friends
for it.
on here. But I am registered Republican. I served
So
8
why do
years
all your
in the
views so
military. I'm sorry.
so
Hold
align
on.
with?
Hold on.
Yeah, you're not
I
gonna do
served
the
8 years in the
overtalking.
military. I very heavily believed in Republicans like John McCain. He was a patriot. He was able to reach across the aisle with Bernie Sanders and write some of the most inclusive legislation for the veteran community that I have ever seen historically outside
So
of the
you,
PACT Act.
so you
And
like John
so,
McCain?
so I what?
I said not to overtalk. I know you heard me.
Do you like John McCain?
I do like John McCain.
All right, go ahead, Silver.
Do you support Kamala Harris?
I do.
So if you like John McCain and you support Kamala Harris, how do you feel about Kamala Harris going to the memorial of John McCain as a prisoner of war, giving flowers to the statue, thinking it was in memorial when it was actually in celebration statue? What do you feel about that?
Nothing. That's fine. She
But I thought you said you
mistook
like
it.
John McCain.
She
Isn't
mistook
that
it
it?
for a memorial instead of a what? She said what? She said
So
memorial?
listen. No, I
Like
said
No,
thank
you
you?
you
listen.
like
You
John.
listen. If you overtalk one more time, I will drop your ass to the comments.
I don't
I'm
even
not
understand
kidding.
what he's saying.
I said that you said you support John McCain,
So
correct?
just say what Kamala Harris did at the
She's
memorial.
over
She
talking to him
went
now.
to a prisoner of
And now
war
you're over
memorial
talking.
and she put flowers at the prisoner of war memorial,
That's awesome.
thinking that it was it's not celebratory for those people holding John McCain as a prisoner of war. She thought it was honoring John McCain as a prisoner of war. And she left flowers at the statue. How do you
I leave
feel about that?
flowers. My God, I have the picture in my house of the guy who's standing at the war memorial with his hand there, and I put flowers under that picture all the time. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that?
But
What are you
okay,
smoking
you're not
crack for?
understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you're not making sense.
I am
She
making
thought
sense.
it.
You
She
can look
thought
it
it
up.
was. She thought it
She
was
thought
one
it was
thing, and it was something else. Who cares?
what? That's
So
ignorance,
she
and that's
mistook
shameful to
while
our
she was
country.
there. She mistook while she was there. She never called McCain a sucker and a loser. She never said that I prefer my what is it? My heroes not captured. She didn't get a Purple Heart from a soldier and say, I prefer to get it this way. She didn't look at a disabled veteran sitting in a wheelchair and say, get that away from me. Nobody wants to see that. She
You're
didn't do any
crazy.
of that. But do you know who did?
Question.
Trump did. Trump did those things. Not only that, but when we look at SA in the military, when we look at the administrations and who upholded making changes to the rules of SA in the military, we know that the Republicans voted it all down and the Democrats voted for it, and that we were able to get those changes under Harris and Biden.
What was your MOS in the military, if you don't mind me asking, since you served?
I do mind you asking, and I don't owe you my service.
Not
Oh,
yours.
so every
We're
other
here
person
to
I've ever
talk
met in my
about.
life
We're here to talk about
isn't
Kamala
scared to tell me
Harris.
that you're
I
talking
am
over me,
giving
but
you
I just got in
none
trouble
of
for
my
talking over you.
service. I'm giving you none
You're
of my
talking over me,
service.
but I
I'm
got in
going
trouble
to
for talking
continue
over
to
you.
talk over you. I'm a
But
combat
I got muted
veteran.
for
I
it.
served 8 years. We're
What was
just
your MOS?
again. I owe you none of my service.
Ooh, sounds like some stolen valor here.
Of
Yeah.
course it
What was
does.
your
I
MOS? Because
know.
I was
Go
Bravo
ahead.
11.
Go
Get
ahead.
out your
I'm
MOS.
sure you were. Indeed. That's
You guys
fine.
keep muting
Again,
me,
I owe
but
you
she's talking
nothing.
over me
You
too.
want to try and attack me,
Muting
and
anybody.
that's fine. You're going to come for
You're
my character,
interrupting.
but I owe you none of my service.
You
Right.
guys keep muting me, but she's
Shut up.
talking over me too.
Shut up. I'm about to say something. Those of you down in the chat, there's 47 of you. You can actually tap the screen and get it up to 5 likes. Otherwise, I will shut the comments off and suppress you. Or what were you saying, Silver?
One of the problems when we look at women serving in the military is this right here. When we come up and want to speak on matters, and when we want to, talk about the politics and the different things within our communities, the men that we served with do this. And it's juvenile and it's pathetic. And it's
All I asked
because
was
they
what was your
can't, I'm sorry,
MOS?
because they
Why are you
can't
interrupting
attack
now?
She
what,
interrupted me.
so
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. I tried to talk and she talked over
Definitely
me. What are
did.
you talking about?
Both of you are doing it. Hush.
By the way, Kamala Harris isn't black. She's Indian.
You sound
There it
stupid.
is.
Indian is
I
not
don't
even a
sound
there it
race.
stupid.
That is not a race, and I'm about to drop you. There are 5 races in
Dude,
the
fucking
United
drop me.
States.
You're a bunch of
Watch
ignorant
me.
assholes.
Go
This
pick
lady
up a
won't even
book.
tell me.
I didn't even have to do it. The host did it. There are 5 races in the United States, y'all. White, black, Asian, indigenous, and Pacific Islander. Now, I don't know what you all see when you look at that woman, but I see a black woman. That's what I see. And anybody who doesn't probably needs their vision checked, to be quite honest.
Hi, host. Can I just chime in real quick? I just
No.
No, why don't you wait until the host addresses
Yes,
you?
ma'am.
Everybody mute until the host addresses you.
Can I say something?
No. Wait for the host.
Right, Eddie, what did you want to say?
I just, not to be confrontational, but I understood what the gentleman was saying, and it was a blunder that was made on Kamala's behalf. It was on the news, everybody knew about it, so I'm sure that's what he was just trying to touch on by saying, she made a major mistake, and he's basically, I guess, go with what he felt and what a lot of people felt. How can you make that mistake as a sitting vice president of this country?
So
That's
actually, she didn't make. Actually, she didn't make a mistake. I just looked it up. I know research is hard for some people, but she actually did not make a mistake. So, after 2018, after his passing, it did become a place where people brought flowers to memorialize him, including his own family
I get that.
and lots of service
But what I'm saying
and
is
lots of
over
service members. So no, no. So you can, if you get that, then you would understand that no, she did not make a blunder.
what he's
She did
saying
not
in
make a
that
blunder.
country,
I
they
no.
put that thing
I
up
don't care.
to
I know.
basically say, hey, we shot this guy down. This is who
And
it
our
was.
country and our
get it.
country,
I get
our
what you're saying.
citizens, including the service members that served with McCain, including the service members that appreciate McCain, and including his own family, chose to put flowers there. Kamala then decided to continue. Actually, let me say this correctly. Vice President and President to be Kamala Harris then decided to respect his family and other service members by following suit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Here's my question that I just had. I just wanted to touch on that because I just thought there was some serious miscommunication going on there. Here's my question. Two things. One, her grandfather, and it's in her book, they owned slaves back in the days. And two, she had locked up over 2,000 black men for smoking weed, but then went on the radio.
How
and
many
said-
white men? How many white men did she lock
So
up?
I'm just curious how you
I'm just
feel
curious how-
about this. Why?
How many white men?
Why do you have to? I've never.
How many white
interrupted
men?
you. I've never
I
interrupted
interrupted you.
you.
How many
Why
white
would-
men? Well,
why
don't
can't
just
we
say
have
why.
a
Why are you
mature-
only Why are you only singling out the black men that she?
Because I live in California, and there was
Great. How many? Then great. How many
black
white men?
that were
How many
locked
white
up.
men was there? How
And
many
the
white men?
question was,
How
is
many
that
white
she
men?
smoked
Why
weed
are you
herself
only
and
focused?
admitted it
Why
on
are you
radio,
only?
And I'm just
Great.
trying to feel
We all
what
know
you
this.
guys think about this.
Why are you
And her family
only
owns
singling
slaves.
out
What do you
the
guys feel
men
about
that
this?
the black men that went to
See, no matter
jail
what
while
you
she was
say,
a
you're gonna
prosecutor?
interrupt,
Why
you're
are
gonna
you not?
drop, you're gonna cut
I'm
off, and
asking
this
you.
is
I'm
just
not
wrong.
dropping. I
You know,
want you
just
to
have a
add.
mature
I want you to
conversation.
add information. How many white men also went to jail? Do you know? Or do you oddly only know how many black men? Because that's fucking weird.
Why are you getting so aggro?
Because I'm sick of ignorant fucking white men like
It's
you.
the
How about
truth.
So
Yes,
Eddie,
but
I'm
you-
gonna need
you're
you to
getting-
mute
And what
up
I
for a
said was
minute.
the truth.
You're getting mad because of the truth.
Eddie, stay muted for a minute so the host doesn't have to keep hitting the button. First of all, you are speaking over Rexy. And I'm going to drop you and be in trouble for it tomorrow because, it's pissing me off, to be honest. Stop speaking over Rexy. Let her finish. Let her go on mute and then respond. That's number one. Number two, dude, don't you start. Same rules apply for you. It's not your turn. Stay muted. I'm trying to make an announcement that the host has asked me to make. So stop. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I told you guys at quarter after to start tapping, and we were at 3,000 likes. Nobody did that. So the host has now turned the comments off. If you want to get them back on, tap the screen and we can quickly get it up to 10K or closer. And then we can get those comments back on. You can tap the host's box, that one big box, or there's a little purple line kind of underneath of these boxes that you can tap that's between the boxes and the comments or off to the side of the comments. But you can't tap our boxes because it won't really work that well. Tap the screen, share the live so that we can get this on the FYP and we'll be able to bring more people in for these conversations. Eddie?
Excellent. So
Mute your mic, because I wasn't done. I didn't mute my mic. You'll know when I'm done talking because I'll mute my mic,
Yes, ma'am.
like I have done in the past. And so now I'm just going to talk slower and talk longer, Eddie, because I know that your ass is itching to speak. And nobody wants to hear from you. What we would like is to hear Rexy's question again and then have you answer Rexy's question about how many white
Answer my
men,
question
how
first.
many
I asked first.
white men. She doesn't owe you any answers. You are up here to be
I asked
educated.
her
Nobody's up
about
here to
the.
get
I
education
asked her
from
about
you.
the.
So be quiet, sir. No one's here to get anything from you. We're here to educate you. So answer her question, period.
Look it up if she wants to know. There's my answer.
Okay, then nobody here is going to say another word to you and we'll just let you sit in the box. How's
What?
that?
Come on.
Bye. Bye, Eddie. You might as well leave. Answer her damn question. Or we will move on to the next person and just not even involve
Okay,
you.
what was her question?
Right.
How
Go
many
ahead,
white
Rexy.
men? How many white men did Kamala Harris also lock up? How many?
Look it up.
Go ahead and Google
So in
that.
other words, you don't know. Just say you don't know. Hold on, Grammy. Just say
Now,
you
you
don't
going to
know.
answer my question about her owning slaves, her family owning slaves?
Oh, what?
Which side of her family owned slaves?
Sorry, I had enough of that.
Do you not understand, Eddie, that oftentimes people had to buy their family members back? So while it may appear on paper as though they owned slaves, in reality, they were setting people free and giving them their freedom, Eddie. It only takes, like, I don't know, an 8th grader to find that information. Like, my grandson knew it, and I didn't even have to explain it to him. And he's 12. I mean, at the time he was 10, but, you know, it's not hard, Eddie.
Well, I can give you some interesting research then that anybody can look up.
You know, they're going to do whatever they do to vilify and dehumanize this woman.
Right, that's what this guy's about to probably do.
Right, because you said there's only 5 races, right?
In the United States, there are 5 recognized
Right.
races.
So let me
White,
explain
Black,
something to you.
Asian, Indigenous, and Pacific Islander.
So
Those
Asian
are the
American.
races. So when people come up here and they say, well, I'm biracial. No, you're not. You're either black biracial, white biracial, Asian biracial, whatever. But biracial's not a race. Hispanic's not a race. Latino's not a race. Puerto Rican's not a race. Dominican's not a race. Those things are not races in this country. In this country, white, black, Asian, Indigenous, and Pacific Islander are your options.
Yeah, and do you know what falls under the Asian American category? The Indian subcontinent.
Not a race. So you weren't even listening.
Correct.
You're
Not a race. You were
Asian
not
American is not
listening. And furthermore,
those who have
race is
in any part of
also
An
race.
Asian American is not even
East
a race.
Asia or the Indian.
Asian.
Yeah, when you're pointing.
Yeah.
Are we trying to say Kamala cares
Yeah.
about black jobs right now?
The reality is that
I've
race
heard
is a
funnier
social
things.
construct, and race is based on what you look like to other people. That is a black woman. I don't care what you say. She's a black woman. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it because she's going to be our next president, but she is a black woman.
Hold the
And
jokes. Hold the
I
jokes.
am excited for anybody other than rich, cis-het white men to run this country.
I'm excited for your.
Diego, I saw that you unmuted. Did you have anything else that you wanted
Yes.
to add?
Yes, I wanted to make sure you, the person that's in my head is the person that you guys are talking about. John McCain is the person who saved healthcare at 3 in the morning with the final vote of no and striking it down.
Sure did.
Okay, so then why are you guys saying that Kamala shouldn't be taking him flowers? He did something great for millions and millions of people.
Sure did.
Boom.
Right, I'm going to turn the comments back on when we hit 5K likes.
She's nicer than I am because I'd left him off till 10.
But still, my question wasn't answered. Why was people upset over the fact that Kamala took McCain flowers?
Because they're stupid. That's the only thing. They're stupid. They don't know how to read.
Right.
Your Grammy, your admirer is back.
Listen, what happened to all the people
Oh, it's
on the
little
channel?
guy.
Why did
Hi,
they all
little
leave?
guy. Hi, little guy. You've
Listen,
been missing me that much. Your mom still got your dick in her mouth?
you have anything else you'd like to
Somebody's
tell
dick in
me?
your mouth too? You guys just must be doing a round robin circle thing there.
Listen to this beautiful lady speaking.
I am.
That's a real Democrat.
Never have her insults.
You
I'm
just
no
complimented
You were
it.
saying shitty things too. Don't act like you weren't talking about what you called Kamala Harris.
Camel
Don't
toe
start
Harris?
that shit.
You mean I was
You
talking
mean
about?
what she is? I
I
descended from
see your
Indian parents.
camel toe.
Get them recorders ready.
That's what she said. Your mom, I mean.
Oh, my mom records her own stuff and posts it. She doesn't need guys like you.
So
She
all
she
this
she
time,
she goes with alpha guys, not betas like you.
so all this time, you've been thinking about her mom.
Guys do.
No wonder why this.
I don't think I just do. I do the mom. Okay?
Clearly, you don't
Do
think.
your mom. We already
Clearly.
established that, little guy.
I'm not
You
into
do
incest.
your
No.
mom, and your mom does you. We know. You told us about it earlier.
Okay, forget about it. Eh? Let's talk about the great,
Never forget about it. You
She's
can bet
greatness.
your ass every time I
Let's
see you in the box, I'm going to talk about your mom having your dick in her mouth.
let's talk
Can I
about
ask him?
his greatness.
Wait, can I ask him a
All I
question
want
real
to say
quick?
is, Rexy, shut the fuck up. You're a
Yeah, no, you're not gonna do
I
that.
second that. I second that, Rexy. Yes.
You know, that's awesome. I was just wondering how many times have you guys been cuckolded?
Oh, my favorite.
Are you?
Do
Is
they
that
have
what
an
you're
answer?
into? Listen,
What do you
Rexy, is
get
that what
cuckolded
you're
by?
into? You're looking for another man?
What's cuckold mean?
I mean, okay, first of all,
Is that what
have a
you're
man.
looking? Your man,
So if we
your,
were
your man
if we were
can't
going to
get
be
it up
looking for
anymore?
another man, it would be just a cuckold. Specifically, white men like you is our favorite. Are you volunteering?
I can put it on the show.
Do you like to be cuckolded?
Googling right now.
I'm sure he is.
British Broadcasting Channel.
Who the hell's Bridget? What the fuck was that?
I said British.
Oh,
BBC.
British. I thought you said Bridget. I was like,
British
oh, I get it. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. That
Now
took
I
me a
get
damn
it.
minute.
Y'all
Oh
not
man,
fast.
slow as shit.
I'm not fast for the Aries. We
Look.
come up with shit on the fly.
Look, John got it quick. So did So Melanated. Me and Grammy were like,
I
huh?
did not get it. I was sitting here
I'm
racking
like,
my
British.
brain like the British Broadcasting Channel.
like-
What? Is he like
Yeah, it
Elf
took
on
me a
himself or
It's
what?
a really big news.
Took me a minute.
It's a really big news channel across
A
the
big,
pond.
a big, huge
Hey,
Yeah.
news channel.
Think so.
they don't.
Biggest
They don't
thing in
call him
London.
big.
Motherfucking BBC.
They don't call him Big Orca for no reason.
Okra.
Exactly.
Okra.
So wait, so is he volunteering for us to cuckold?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for you to answer. Is he gone?
He's here.
I was gonna say he had big shit to talk to me when I first opened my mouth. So you know, come on, buddy. Are you volunteering?
I've been wanting to start an OnlyFans page.
I know. We can just
He only Rexy, he only
And
responds
he can
to
be the
little
star.
guy. He'll only respond to little guy. That's what,
Oh,
that's what
little
his mom
guy.
calls him.
Well,
that's what his mom calls
that's what
him.
we would be calling him as well.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim is what Mr. Rexy said. So Tiny Tim, are you volunteering? Because that's kind of like that was gonna be like our new OF thing. Was like cuckolding Trumpers.
So, are you down for it? What's up?
You gotta wear your MAGA hat.
Oh, you have to. He said you have to wear your MAGA hat.
I apologize, Rebecca. I just came back. I wasn't listening.
Your
Fucking your
MAGA
mom.
hat and your white
sure you
socks.
Was too busy fucking your mom. What did you say before? What did you ask me?
I mean, if you like fucking 82-year-old women, more power, baby.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Rexy, that reminds me. I have to tell you what somebody said to me the other day.
I like all kinds of vaginas. I like old,
I'm gonna text it to you right now.
All right.
old, young,
Young?
camel
Oh, how
toes.
young?
I like
I
camel
mean, you are a
toe.
Trumper. You are a Trumper. You like him as young as 13, I bet. Just like your God.
Listen,
We can do this all day. We can do this all day, or you can grow up and have a real conversation and admit that you've never researched shit about Kamala Harris. So everything you're going to say out of your mouth is literally off of memes, off of emails from Trump, out of Trump's disgusting, dirty little mouth.
you know what's gonna happen? Go wash the
You're
dishes.
going to
It helps.
research?
Right, you know what, you guys? I'm gonna restart.
I like to get you in trouble.
Too bad for you.
I'm talking. I
Okay.
don't know why you're talking. I'm gonna restart. I'll be right back.
All right. That'll boost it, I think, too.
Yeah.